Shalom, shalom, Israel, shalom. It's your brother Joshua back with another quick coffee break and a quick exhortation for the brothers and sisters in the truth. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem HaMashiach Yahushai, right? I just want to come with a quick exhortation, mainly for those that are leaders, right? Those that are leaders and have brothers that follow you, right? And sisters that follow you, right? The message is that we have to make sure that we're walking unspotted, clean, sincere, and true in this walk, right? We can't be walking with, unwashed hands, with blood on our hands, secret leaven, sins, malice, things of that nature, right? Because these things can be devastating and destructive to your body, and what I mean by that is if you're a leader of a camp or leader of the youth or anything like that, you have to walk in sincerity and in truth, because the Lord put you in a position to be that righteous guide, right? Or to be that righteous crutch for others, to teach others, right? To go to war for others, to be a counselor for others, and give an account for others, right? You're charged to watch out for the flock. And that's essentially what a shepherd is, and that's what you have been put in the place to be, is a shepherd for the people, right? And a shepherd can't be in the field not watching the sheep, not being on guard, not focusing, not keeping his hands clean. If he's somewhere wandering around doing X and Z, XYZ out in the field, then the wolves can creep in and destroy the flock, right? If your hands are dirty and you're doing madness in the dark and things of that nature, then you can bring in unwanted spirits within your camp or whatever it is you lead. And the Lord put you in that position to hold down or to guide those that are under you, right, to him, essentially, right? So I started off with the book of Acts real quick. The book of Acts, right? The book of Acts chapter 20 and verse number 28, it says, "Take heed therefore unto yourselves and to all the flock over that which the Holy Spirit have made you overseers, to feed the church of God, which have purchased with his own blood." Right? So the Lord, died for the church. He purchased you, right, with his own blood, and left you to be an overseer for those that are under you, right? Gave you the position to be a soldier, a general, right, a captain, whatever it is, over your flock. And the Lord said, take heed thereunto to yourselves, man. Always keep yourself focused. Have better discernment about you, what you're doing, how you're leading, how you're stepping out in front, and what you're doing. Are you keeping yourself unspotted from the world? Are you losing integrity every time you go home behind closed doors? Are you playing the righteous card in front of everybody, but yet when you're by yourself, you're being wicked and evil? Right? You're moving in different type of ways you ought not to be. You're speaking that what you ought not to be speaking. Right? Your hands are being, filled with blood. Are you a backbiter, a murmurer, complainer? What are you doing? Are you checking up on your people? Are you feeding them the righteous food that is needed, for them to grow, the nourishment? Are you helping? Are you there at every call that is needed? Or are you, shunning them off? when they need you the most? What are you doing, man? You know, you haven't been placed in a position just because you was, picked out of a random, stack and you would sit there. No, the Lord put you there for a reason, because he saw something in you, the potential that you can potentially lead your people to victory. And that's what a leader is supposed to do, to want to lead their people to victory, man. And if you're not doing so, then what type of leader are you? Right? If you don't want to get to certain victory, not only for you, but for those that are with you, your team essentially, then you're not a good enough leader, and you're going to fall. And the thing is you're not the only one that's going to fall. You're going to cause those that are underneath you to fall if you're not doing what you should be doing in a righteous standpoint in the eyes of the Lord. You are held accountable for the blood of your soldiers. In war, being a general, you can't just be out there giving orders and saying, hey, go here, go there, do this, go do that. First of all, you have to have a reputation to receive that position anyway. And second of all, you got to be willing to give your life for your soldiers if it need be. If you got to pick up the sword and go out on the battlefield and fight, you should be the first one out there, man. They should trust you and be able to follow you even unto death, or to give your life if need be. But you can't give your life if you're being crooked and deceitful behind closed doors, and they can't trust you and things of that nature, man. And you giving wrong counsel, you giving wrong judgment, right? You giving wrong instructions, and you send your people out to die, be slaughtered. You have to give an account for those that are underneath you, because you essentially are put in charge of their souls, their life. Their life is in your hands, man. Right, let's get another precept. Go to the book of Hebrews real quick. Right, it's the book of Hebrews, chapter 13 and verse 17. And it reads, obey them that have rule over you, and submit yourselves, for they watch for your souls, as they must give an account, that they may do it with joy and not with grief, for that is unprofitable for you. Right? So this is essentially, going into those that have, leaders and they follow in righteousness. They should definitely obey. And if you've been in that position, being a leadership, you should have the love of the congregation. Right? They should respect you. They should know when to listen, right? To be in order, to follow you in righteousness. They should be able to trust you, that you're going to lead them in the right way, right? Because it says, for they have rule over you, right? You have to rule in righteousness, like our forefathers are kings, man, right? And it says, for they watch for your souls, as they must give an account, that they may do it with joy. So you're in a position to watch out for the souls of those that are under you, man, your brethren. And you have to give an account to the Most High of each and every one of your soldiers, man. Right? You have to give an account of, how they're growing in the spirit. What are they dealing with? Right? What have you done to put forth the effort to try to fix these things, to help give them the counsel to lead them in righteousness? You have to do all these things. You can't leave one unscathed, man. You can't leave one sheep wandering around, and you got 99 of them, over here, and you just letting one wallow just because you don't want to deal with that one. That's wicked, man. You have to be 100% righteous ruler or leader at all times, man. You can't be lackadaisical, lazy, slothful, bias and judgment. None of those things, man. You can't be partial in judgment. You can't be, respect of persons. None of those things. Keeping secrets, letting people slide just because. You have to judge righteous judgment, man. And you should be wanting to move like our forefathers, man. Take Solomon for an example. You know, Solomon, after his father, he had big shoes to fill, right? King David was a mighty ruler. But King David couldn't even build the temple for Yahweh because he had so much blood on his hands, man. He was a warrior out there. And the Lord said, look, you can't build this house for me, man, but he's going to leave it to Solomon to do it. And Solomon had big shoes to fill. So Solomon wasn't out here trying to, you know, heap all the women to him just because. He wasn't trying to have all the big money and things of those natures, man. He wasn't trying to, you know, have all the chariots and things of that nature. Solomon asked the Lord specifically for one thing and one thing only. And when he asked for those things, everything else was imputed to him just for asking this one thing. Solomon wanted wisdom. And why did he want the wisdom? To be able to instruct his people in righteousness. Right? Let me get this real quick. Right, 2 Chronicles. Right, chapter 1. Right? And this is how you should want to be moving, you know, like Solomon was. Right? And it says, I'm going to start at 2 Chronicles chapter 1 and verse number, I'll just start at 9. I'll start at 8, and it says, and Solomon said unto Yahweh, how has thou hast shewed great mercy unto David my father, and have made me to reign in his stead. Now, O Lord God, let thy promise unto David my father be established, for thou hast made me king over a people like the dust of the earth, and a multitude. Right? Here's the point. It says, give me now wisdom and knowledge, that I may go out and come in before this people. For who can judge this people that is so great? So Yahweh asked, you know, Solomon, you know, what is it that you want from me, man? You can ask me anything. Right? And Solomon said, look, I just want wisdom, Father. Give me wisdom that I may be able to judge this people in righteousness. It's so many people that you've left in my hands. All I'm asking for is wisdom that I can be able to judge this people in righteousness. And that's how you should be moving as a leader. You should be wanting wisdom to be able to move in a righteous manner. Not to be ruling with rigor. Not to just say, hey, I got a position. You got to listen to me. You got to do what I say. Or do what I say and don't do what I do. Because me over here in the dark, I'm doing whatever I want to do in the dark. I got secret counsels. I got hidden sins. But yet you're supposed to be righteous. You're supposed to do what I tell you to do. That's wicked as hell, man. And a lot of brothers use that wickedness, man, on the left-hand side just because you got a position. And it's going to catch up to you if you move it in a secret manner, man. And you've been wicked. Your household is all out of order. You know, you can't rule in righteousness in your household, but yet you're trying to rule a body. You on the battlefield trying to be a stern and austere officer, but yet you come home and everything is just in shambles, and you can't keep everything together at home, and you outside of your home just doing whatever, man, and not instructing your home as well. That's off. And what you don't understand is the way you're moving is how your soldiers are going to move. It's a domino effect. It's a trickle effect. That same spirit that's on you is going to go throughout your whole body, man. Whatever you're ruler over and how you're moving, it's a domino effect, man. And everything you're doing essentially is going to be seen by your soldiers and those that are under you. And they're going to copy the mannerisms, the actions, and everything that you do. And everything is just going to be out of order, man, if you're moving in unrighteousness. Right? Let's get a precept. The book of Sirach, man. Chapter 10. Right, it's the book of Sirach, chapter 10 and verse 1. It says, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. So the government or the estate of a righteous leader, man, is well ordered. Everybody's in a position. Everybody knows what to do. They know what time they need to do it in a timely manner, how they need to get it done, right? They know how to rule over those that are underneath them. And if it's, if you're not there in that position at that time and you're doing something else, then that person that's underneath you is going to know how to carry on those duties, right? And it's just going to trickle down. It's going to be in order, right? The Lord said a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. That's like your home. If you end up leaving, your wife should be able to stand up in your stead and run that household the way you left it, because she knows exactly how it should be ran, because you left orders in righteousness. And she should follow those things to the T. Right? And even if your wife goes off and does whatever, maybe working or whatever it is, and she leaves outside the home, your children should keep that same order and know this is how Dad wanted it, man. This is how he left. He left these instructions. And before he gets home, XYZ needs to be done or else. Right? Verse 2, and it says, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. So how you're moving as a leader is exactly how those that are underneath you are going to move. So if you're moving in a wicked standpoint, man, if you're standing in the way of sinners, if you're a liar, if you're a cheat, if you're a thief, a whoremonger, a murderer, whatever it is, those spirits that are on you are going to jump off and trickle down through the body. And essentially, those spirits are going to devour that whole organization, that whole camp, that whole army, whatever it is. And it's going to destroy you, because you, being in a position of a leader, was wicked and not standing on business of the Most High, man. And that blood is going to be on your hands. Right? Because it's not all about you. They have been placed in your hands that you have to take care of them. And if you fall, they fall. And this, you have to know that it's not about you. It's about everybody that's been placed in your possession. Right? Let's get the classic real quick. The book of Proverbs, chapter 29. Right? This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 29 and verse 2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Right? So when a righteous man is in authority, everything is running smooth. Everybody's happy. Everybody's good. Everybody's taken care of. Right? Everybody's on one accord. Moving in righteousness. Right? Salakia. Somebody's calling the phone. Right? So, again, when the righteous are in authority, the people are rejoicing, man. Right? Everything is good. It's smooth. Right? But when the wicked bears rule, the people are in mourning. Complete mourning. Everything's out of order. It's off. You got wicked spirits within the camp. Right? Everybody's confused. They don't know what to do. Right? And essentially, everything's going to be destroyed. Right? Reading that again, it says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. So understand, you sitting back trying to figure out, why is everybody doing this? Why is this happening? Why is that happening? First off, you need to be sitting back and examining yourself. What are you doing that's causing all of this to happen? Yeah, you're going to have some wicked, soldiers and things of that underneath you. Sometimes it is what it is, man. Wicked children, whatever it is. But at the same time, you're the teacher, especially in your household. You're the first teacher. You're the leader. So however you move, however you teach, whatever you're putting out there to get done, it's supposed to be done in order. But if you're not ordering in righteousness, then that's on you. Everything is going to be out of order. And it's on you. Right? So you got to know that, man. If you're dealing with something secretly, or if you're doing XYZ behind closed doors, you need to get rid of that, man. Because it's going to destroy your whole body. Right? Let's get to classic real quick in the book of Galatians, man. This is the book of Galatians, chapter 5 and verse 9. And it reads, a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump. And that's playing upon tables, man. A little leaven is going to leaven the whole lump. A little sin, a little wickedness that's you're harboring is going to essentially grow throughout your body, man. And it's going to destroy everything at the root. So you got to purge that leaven out, man. You got to get it out. The Lord is the one that gives you the power to be the ruler. The Lord expects you to rule in righteousness like him. The Lord comes to examine your work and the things that he sent you forth to do. The Lord cannot deal nor dwell amongst you when you're dirty. You're full of sin, confusion. The Lord is not the author of confusion. Right? The Lord is not giving you a license to sin or be wicked or be a wicked ruler. You always take a look at our forefathers and know those wicked rulers were destroyed. And not only were they destroyed, they caused their people to be destroyed at the same time. So you got to know how to be a righteous ruler and, wipe out all uncleanness that's among you so that the Lord can walk freely and bless what you have and what he's given you. Right? Let's get one more. Let's go back to the law. Let's go to Deuteronomy. Right? Deuteronomy chapter 23 and verse number 14. It says, for the Lord thy God walketh in the midst of thy camp to deliver thee and to give up thine enemies before thee. Therefore shall thy camp be holy, that he see no unclean thing in thee, and turn away from thee. So the Lord said, look, your camp got to be holy. It got to be separate. It got to be clean, man. In order for him to walk in the midst, man. So he can turn the enemy away from you. He can turn Satan outside of your camp. And all those enemies that come to oppose you. And he cannot walk among you if he sees uncleanness within the body. And it starts with you, leaders. It starts with you, rulers, kings, men of the Lord. Right? Reading that again. It says, for the Lord thy God walketh in the midst of thy camp to deliver thee and to give up thine enemies before thee. So the Lord walks before you to give you your enemies, man. What you desire, the neck of your enemies, man. These demons, these spirits that come against you, man, the Lord is willing to slay them for you. But if you being wicked behind closed doors, man, he ain't going to slay them. He going to send more. That's going to cause more confusion and essentially destroy you. Right? So it says, for the Lord thy God walketh in the midst of thy camp to deliver thee and to give up thine enemies before thee. Therefore shall thy camp be holy, that he see no unclean thing in thee and turn away from thee. So the Lord says, wash your hands and be clean, leaders, Teach your people and guide them in righteousness. Do what's right in my eyes, man. Put far away from that evil, that arrogancy, that proud look, that madness, man. Put it away outside of your camp, man. Judge righteous judgment, man. Strengthen the hand in those that are underneath you that the Lord gave you. Be a righteous overseer of the flock, that you may be able to give good report to the Most High, man. But with that, I hope it was edifying. You take that challenge to be a rightful leader, man, a righteous leader before the Lord, man. Wash your hands and make them clean, and do what's right in the eyes of the Lord. Take the precepts and apply them to your life. And with that, Shalom.